Welcome back, guys. You can tell from the thumbnail that this epic battle's not over and done with. Stella, what are you doing up there? It sounded like scratching. You better not be going to the bathroom in your perch because you only get one perch. I'm trying to put on a good face, and I've actually had a few minutes to calm down. I just had dinner with my cousin. It was lovely. We were in the house and having good laughs, enjoying the channel growing and just reminiscing and making plans for the future. I had the heater out here running on full blast. This is literally the same day, the night of the same day when I patched the filter and all that stuff. I came back out here and it's exhausting into the cab. Nothing so much that it's causing any harm to the cats as far as I know. Bloody heaters, man. Sorry, this is going to take a little bit of self-control on my part. I am a very positive person. I do like to put forth a good message. This shit's getting under my skin. I'm done. There's a new filter coming. Not that I have any faith in it. We're in the middle of a cold snap. I need heat. I've got a space heater running right now, which is better than nothing, but it's... Anyway, I need to invoke the absolute spirit and passion of my grandfather tonight, and we were ripping that filter out and we were bypassing it, and we're just gonna do it because the only conclusion I can come to is that air is getting in and causing this ridiculous amount of exhaust. I came out of the house and I walked around Lucky and it's just billowing out of the exhaust and you can smell it. When it's running normally, you can't smell anything. It just stinks of diesel in the outside cold winter air. I know it's a knockoff. It's a Chinese diesel heater. It ain't a high-end Webasto or an Espar or whatever it is. But it's what a lot of us can afford. And I know there's been other people having issues. This is not an issue of me running it on low. This is an issue of crap fuel filter design. In my opinion, again, maybe it's completely unrelated. And I could do this bypass and I'll still have issues. But at least then I will have eliminated one problem, I guess. So that's a glass halfway. Hang on. That's a glass half full way of looking at it. But we're doing this like I was back in my grandpa's garage. I'm doing it proper. Yep. All right. Let's rip out a fuel filter. Okay, so this should be pretty straightforward. This is the fuel line. It comes from the fuel tank. It runs all the way in here. I meant to prep all this stuff and get all of this out of here. Sorry, hang on. I have to put you down in order to get the water jug out. And okay, well, just stay there for a second. Walk it off, you'll be fine. So it runs from that right here. Comes in, runs there, runs right there into my fuel filter, which I've wrapped in foam from my bed mattress to keep it from bumping around so it doesn't get any more cracks on it. Sorry, I'm gonna calm down. What I am gonna do is stop this and restart it so I have the light on my phone because it's very dark in here. So it runs through the filter. Let me get this off. This thing's already leaking. I can see fuel on the line and whatnot. Ridiculous. So it runs through here, out here, and into the fuel pump. So what we're gonna do is remove this, replace that line with a new bit of line. It's this fuel line that came with the heater when I first bought it, so it's the same gauge, and it's gonna go right from the tank straight to the pump. I've got a new filter coming. I don't want to not have a fuel filter. I think that's silly. Although when I look at those fuel filters, it doesn't look like there's a lot of junk in there. So I don't think I'm getting a lot of sediment. The way my diesel heat tank is set up, my pickup line is way above the bottom of the tank, so I don't get any of that fuel. That's where sediment and fuel goes, at the bottom of the tank. That's the plan. I'm gonna gear up. I'm glad I got those gloves today. I've got my Gorilla gloves. I've got a cup to empty all the diesel into. Got my screwdriver to undo the little C-clamps that are holding the hoses on. Here's all the footage from today that I filmed for, like, I guess that would have been part 2. I'm looking at it now, maybe part 3. This could be part 4. I don't know what's happening. But I would like to just take a minute and say that tonight, the channel went over 4,000 subscribers, which is incredible. And I'm super happy. I'm also super stressed because my content is all over the place and I don't know if people will stay and will you all like me? I just don't know. Anyway, we have to focus and do this. I'm making light of it a bit, but this is very serious. Like I said, I have the benefit of being at my cousins and have shore power and have this space heater going, but some people might not. And at the very least, hopefully somebody will watch this down the line and realize that it is okay to bypass the fuel filter, unless this completely destroys my system and ruins it. But I don't think so. Yeah, I shouldn't need much. I might have to cut this fuel line a little bit because it is looking a little long. The messiest part is going to be removing it from the fuel tank because the tank is... Go ahead, Benny. Trying to get to the front. You're not going to want to go up there. It's an ice box. But because the tank is full of diesel, because we just topped it up tonight, it's going to come leaking out when I remove the fuel line. So I got to get the cup underneath and then remove the fuel line and get the new one in. But I need to measure this first and see how far it'll take to get to the pump. Ooh, maybe I should connect the pump end first. That might be smarter. I just have to deal with the fuel that's in the line. So here we go. One last thing. Like I said, this is a serious situation. So let me fix my tube so I look better on camera. This is a serious situation. I am jacked up. Like I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm downtrodden. I'm feeling defeated. So I told you what I'm doing. I'm bypassing the fuel filter. If you've installed one of these systems and you have access to your system like I do, you know, you understand it. You probably know how it was put together. I'm literally, sorry, my tripod's banging around at the bottom. I'm just removing the fuel filter and replacing it with a solid line to the fuel tank, from the fuel tank to the fuel pump. So I'm not going to film it step by step. Sorry. I need to unwind while I do this. I need to do this for me. I'll time lapse what I'm doing, but I need to be able to listen to some music. So I can't have music on here for copyright strikes. So I will put something else in here for you. But the nice thing about the phone, I can play music from my phone while I'm time lapsing. That's what will be happening right here on my Ryobi Bluetooth speaker. No, I'm not sponsored. It just, the battery goes with everything. Okay, moment of truth here. I don't even know if you can really see everything, but that's a lot of empty line. I guess I should show you since I just time-lapsed that. So, right, we got this nice empty line, no filter, right into the pump. Little bit of diesel leaked out down here. I got it in the cup. Nothing really came out of the pump, which was nice. The light comes on now. I'm gonna get prepped while this is starting up in case it decides to just murder us. I'm telling you guys, I am so over this. I am so over the smell of diesel being in everything. My goodness. Okay, the pump kicked on. Let's see. Oh yeah. Still gonna have to process all this air. So I bet you we get an error 8. And this is what happens when you got all that air in the line before. You get all these air bubbles coming out of the pump because there's no fuel there yet. And they're gonna go in and mess with the furnace. That's why I think we're gonna get that error 8. Where is it at? Can't even see it. It's just working its way up there. Oh gosh. Well, sometimes that happens. Oh my God, it stinks in here so bad right now. This is... If you're just joining the channel, I promise it's not normally like this. But this is actually happening, so there's no point in not documenting it, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of sorry it's gone on for 3 or 4 vlogs. Hopefully I've hopefully I've kept it entertaining. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna die. I could go into my cousin's house, I could sleep there, I could get a hotel. Okay, fuel's filled the line, it's in the pump. I still think this guy's gonna fail out because that's just too much air. Error 8 for sure. If it doesn't happen, I'll be surprised. Oh, it's one of those things. It's like, I know most of you would be like, no, Matt, we want to see the hardships too. Don't hide anything from us. And in my head, I'm like, they don't want to see that. They just want to see me do fast cuts like this. Ooh. Ah. Hello. This diesel heater sucks. But I really like all of you. You know what I mean? No, it's okay. It's a balancing act for me. Yeah, there we go. It just stopped pumping. Probably powering down. No error popped up yet, which is interesting. You can hear it, see? No tick. And we'll see what happens. Well, I know. Work, damn y'all. Out, damn spot. Out. You hear that? Maybe it's smarter than I think it is. It just started pumping on its own again. It didn't turn off. I didn't turn it on. The pump just started. My fear here is that smarter people than me designed this, and the pump needs the resistance from the fuel filter or something in order to function properly. I don't know. My barbaric brain, my caveman brain says this should work fine. Pop off. I need those air bubbles to get out of there. Still some in the line I can see going through the pump. People might be like, well, is your pump positioned properly? I've got it at the angle you're supposed to have it at. Sorry. If that continues to happen, it might be the pump. Although that filter is definitely garbage. Yeah, I think it's exhausting in here again. Yeah, I can smell it. No. Interesting. Doesn't say it's coming up to temp though, which is super weird. The pump just kicked in and just started going like ham. Oh, there, now that's getting hotter. Maybe I should just install a word stove, because I hear that word stoves keep you warm in your van. This is stupid. Part of the life though, right? Yikes. It is funny. What's tripping me up right now is this new fuel line. It looks like there's no fuel in it, but I bet it is. Look at the color difference. I don't know if you can see it. The color difference between the new line and the old line. The old line has clearly got that yellow tinge to it, whereas this one, it just looks empty. I can't remember if I'm assuming it's been stained, right? But it's messing with me, man. Oh. So here's what's happening outside right now. Whoops. Can you see this? Right? Like that's way too much, but it's also cold and there could be excess fuel in there. So I'll give that a minute. But that's definitely coming into the air intake. That's far too much exhaust. So a couple minutes, if that doesn't calm down, we still got a problem. Ugh. And like at this point, if this doesn't like, that's a good, well, oh, there's diesel there, better be careful. At this point, if this doesn't work, I just got half a mind to buy another heater. Because, like, I don't know. It's so disheartening, you guys. Like, and it's just so gross and frustrating. Like, Lucky stinks. Everything we did today, airing him out the window. Like, that doesn't matter. And I haven't gotten a decent night's sleep in, like, I don't know, a week or two, just with the holidays and these issues. And all right, well, I don't know. I want to be honest with you. I definitely want to be real. I never want to sugarcoat anything. I want to be happy and positive. I want to show that you can just knuckle down and do it. But this is real, and I'm feeling some real freaking stress right now, but at least I'm working on the problem. I don't know. And here's another crazy thought I've been having. I don't know if it makes sense or anything, but Lucky is like this right now. Nothing dramatic, but a little bit. And the exhaust, the muffler for the diesel heater is on this side. So it's shooting out, but stuff wants to, is it coming back up under the cab, into the air filter? Like, I don't know. Will I benefit from turning the cab around so that it goes up instead of down? Doesn't that just come down to which way the wind blows? Oh my God, it stinks in here. I don't want to flip Lucky around, point him the other way. I don't know. That's probably crazy and has nothing to do with anything. I am sick and tired of waking up at 5 o'clock with that stench of diesel in here, though. It's like, just do anything I can to fix this. Yeah, I'm probably going to flip them around. Oh, this is a nightmare. They don't appear to have any more air bubbles in the line, but oh no, there's still air bubbles in the line. I don't know. I've checked all my connections. That's it, go buy an apartment. No. Yeah, worst case in my scenario. Sure. I'll just go buy a whole bunch of heaters and plug in here and just live here forever. Better not go outside, Stella. It's real cold. You see her? Oh no. It's cold. You better come back right near the vent. It's nice and hot. You're trying to get to your perch. She's sneezing. Hi. Come say hi to everybody. Everybody could use a pick-me-up. Hi, Stella. Oh, you're okay. Hi, Stella. Say hi. She's like, Dad, can you just fix the heat and stop this nonsense? Hey, I'm trying. Look at me. Hey, did you just natter at me? I'm trying. Look at me. I'm trying. I know. You go up on my shoulder? Okay. She used to do this a lot when she was a kitten. Stella, what you doing up there? It's funny, I actually sent a video to my patrons today of her on my shoulder while I was driving. I guess she thought that would be a good idea. Hey. Hi. Oh, I hope this works. There's Stella's butt. Entertainment. Oh, I didn't need to bring it. All right. It's really cold in here with that door open. I mean, I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it. Of course it has to happen when there's a cold snap. Murphy's Law. Right? Sorry, she's just... What are you doing? You should be used to it by now. Actually, think at this point, I'm going to go and park at the front in my cousin's driveway. She's off work for a few days, not going anywhere, enjoying her holidays. Her cousin can lose his mind in her driveway, so he's not like this. Just like this. Oh, that's a good shot. I'm all black, Stella's all black, but you can see Lucky. I'm going super slow here, just moving from the back to the front because I've heard conflicting reports. Are you supposed to drive while the diesel heaters are running? I don't know. In my head, no, because the fan's spinning and bumps could hurt it. I don't know, hurt its feelings maybe. But anyways, it's running, so I'm crawling to the front because I don't know if you happen to know whether you should be driving or not when the Chinese diesel heaters are running. Let me know in the comments below. Probably been working on this for about an hour. I moved the cat's dishes down to the floor so they were off the water station. It's not completely frozen, but there is ice chunks in there. It's like a little slushy. Welcome to Alberta in December, which is actually not true. This cold snap usually doesn't show up till January, February. Yeah. Whose glasses are these? You know what, guys? There are no words. I don't know what to say. Fingers crossed. I gotta go grab my extension cable and plug Lucky back in because I don't have any power right now. And if this goes down again, I'm gonna need that space heater. I will check back in either if something develops or I make it through the night. That's very dramatic. I'll check in the morning. 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 Hi. Dad in a better mood now. Yes. Yeah. We were very frustrated last night, weren't we? Well, I think you were fine, but I was beside myself. Oh, hello. Okay. So, cool. I still woke up at bloody 4 o'clock, probably because my body was on high alert from the last 2 mornings being woken up at that time from a god-awful stench. But regardless of that, the heater's working fine right now. With the filter being gone, there was no problems. The only time that I smell diesel now is when I have the heat blowing into my water storage box to thaw. Hey, they're both here. Look at that shot. Epic. Blowing the heat into my water storage to thaw, well, not to thaw, but to prevent my water from freezing. Because I've had so many issues under there with the filter and the lines and whatnot, diesel has gotten into some of the support beams and saturated that MDF board. And so when it gets heated up, and here's the other thing. I ordered that filter. It's on its way. That's great. We'll have it for... Bless you. She looks so offended. It's on its way. I'll keep it as a... I don't know if I'm going to hop to it to install it again and create a new diesel mess. I was talking to one of my Patreon supporters and they were saying it's not really necessary either, as long as I don't let any gunk get into my tank. You know what I mean? And since we're going to be switching tanks soon as well, I just don't know that it's worth the hassle. Especially, here's the thing, it's risk versus reward. And the reward right now, the way I look at it, is life. I'm not dead with it running like this. There's no exhausting inside. It's working. I'm not freezing to death. These are all good things. Anything that ends with you staying alive, it's a pretty big positive, don't you think? And so if the trade-off for that is that gunk gets into my heater and kills it eventually, well, at least I had the heat for the amount during this cold snap and whatnot, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because then I'll just replace the unit again. Because if it's just these filters are nonsense. I'm still really sleepy. Will I ever get a good night's sleep again? All right, so decided to leave the safety of my cousin's house and venture out with our now working diesel heater. Of course, right before I left, the fuel filter arrived. I'm not gonna tempt fate and bother with it right now. We will put it in our garage, which is what I call the very back of Lucky, and we will keep it if things become an issue, because quite frankly, things are working real right. Things are working real well. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Things are working really well right now, and I'm gonna leave well enough alone. Removing a fuel filter, something my grandfather would have done. My patrons approve, at least one of them. This has been a fun little video series for sure. I'm going to nestle in tonight. I have my daughter tomorrow, which is going to be so much fun. I definitely need that daddy. She would like that. I definitely need that daddy-daughter time after this sort of stressful few days. Feels like we're back on track. I definitely need salad tonight and nothing else. Just gonna unwind, you know, get that holiday meals behind us. When I'm filming this, it is almost New Year's Eve, so I'm slowly catching up on my vlogs. I've rearranged a bunch of stuff on my release schedule, so hopefully we're gonna sort of catch up soon, but we'll never fully catch up. So thank you very much for watching, you guys. I know these ones were probably a little bit different. Hopefully I kept them entertaining, but still showed you the sort of stress I was going through. That was my intent. I wasn't gonna film anything about the diesel heater, but then I get good feedback from people saying, like, show us the bad. So there's the bad. Well, that's not true. I shouldn't say that I wasn't going to do it, because I was a little upset with the whole, like, oh, he never has negative days. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. And until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves, and most importantly, be positive. And I'll see you all in the next one.